Hi, Dwayne Duggan, Remax Boulder Video Podcast. Today we have D.B. Wilson. He is our guest on a regular basis on this show, and we rely on him tremendously for all the statistics that he shares with us so that we can stay informed about the marketplace. So D.B., thanks again for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 things that we watch or monitor in Boulder County. So D.B., can you review real quickly what the items are that we monitor?
You bet. Just a good reminder. We look at the active listings currently on the market. We look at median sales price, average sales price, what the sales price to list price is, the days on the market, the actual number of closings to date, the number of expireds, months of inventory, percentage of properties that are on the market that are under contract, and then we also look at the interest rates.
Okay, and today we first are going to talk about single families. DB has compiled stats for the first 4 months, so it's a little bit beyond the first quarter. So DB, let's dive right into the stats for single family first 4 months of 2016.
Okay, so this is, we always compare this year with last year at the same time period. So this is January through April, the first third of the year, as you said. And it is for Boulder County, all of Boulder County. Currently, at the end of April, there were 718 active listings, which is about 8% off from a year ago. But to give a little bit more perspective, in 2011, or 5 years ago, there was 1,685 listings on the market. So we're about 58% behind where we were.
So those thoughts about low inventory are really true.
Absolutely, absolutely, very much so. The median sales price is up about $55,000 from a year ago, April, and we're at $515,000 now. It's about a 12% gain. And the average sales price is right about $623,000, which is about $60,000 ahead of where we were a year ago, or almost 11% higher. Sales price to list price, in other words, what a property closes at in comparison with what the asking price was, is now at 99.7. Typically that would be 95 to 97%. So again, it's a very strong seller's market that you can see by that. Days on the market is down to about 68, which is from the date it's listed to the date it closes. And so I looked at that 5 years ago, that was 128 days. So
quite a difference.
Quite a difference, about half where we were. The number of sales year to date is off about 9%. So so far we've had 832 closings. And this is really reflective of the supply problem. It's not lack of demand. We've got plenty of buyers out there looking for property, but it just doesn't indicate that there's just nothing available. Only 8 properties have come on the market and not sold. They've expired without selling. That's off by about 70% from a year ago, again, showing that strength of the market. There's currently 3.4 months worth of inventory. Typically 5 to 7 months is what's considered a stable market. 3.4 months is very much a seller's market. And 56% of that 718 properties on the market are under contract. And then according to Freddie Mac, at the end of April, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage would cost you 3.61%, just off a little bit from a year ago, but still just unbelievably affordable.
All factors indicating a strong market from the seller side.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dive into those stats for attached dwellings now, again for Boulder County.
And these are almost frightening when you look at it. 138 condos and townhomes in all of Boulder County are on the market.
What did you say? How many?
138.
138 in all of Boulder County.
And 70% of those are under contract.
Wow, tough to be a condo buyer right now.
So about 2/3 of them are under contract.
Wow.
The median price has jumped 28.5% from a year ago to $342,600. So that's an indicator that what little is being built are a higher price point, and but you can really see this upward pressure that's happening in condominiums, multiple offers, as you know, virtually on every property. The average sales price is up about 12% from a year ago, and it's now $370,000 compared with $330,000 a year ago. So $40,000 came. Sales price to list price, again, 95 to 97% would be typical. It's now 102.1% on condos and townhomes.
Amazing.
Yeah, very much a seller's market. Only 282 sales, that's off by about 25% from a year ago. Totally reflective of the lack of inventory. Yeah. One did expire. I happened to look at that, and it's 1.6 million condominium that expired. There's 2 months worth of inventory currently. So again, just an incredibly strong sales.
Very tight. Yeah. So Boulder County-wide, things are pretty tough. Any thoughts about the city of Boulder itself, how that's going?
You know, what interested me looking at the statistics at the end of April was that for the first time ever, after 4 months, the average sales price for a single-family home in the city is now over $1 million.
So we did break that $1 million mark. Huh?
Yeah, 1,007,777. It will be interesting whether or not we stay above the million. You know, as time goes on and more properties do get closed, I would expect that to come down slightly. But first time ever.
Well, and generally our highest closing month is around June, July or so. Inventory usually increases seasonally about now.
Yeah.
Do you see inventory increasing here during our spring selling season, or going to stay kind of flat?
You know, I was thinking at the end of March and beginning of April that it was going to increase slightly, but compared with last year at this time, we are off by 8%. And you know, there was a blip there at the end of March that we actually met where we were a year ago, but we've dropped behind again. It looks to me like it's staying in that position. So yeah, I think there'll be more properties that come on the market as just typical historical trends will show. I think people with young families are more likely to put their house on the market now that school will be getting out and that kind of thing. But it's still nowhere near historic norms.
Okay. DB, any other comments you'd like to add before I close this up?
I don't think so.
DB, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Appreciate all your wisdom and insight. Dwayne Duggan, Remax Boulder Video Podcast, signing off.